And I think that balance is required. I mean, if only men ran the world, or if only men did things, then we won't have that balance. And it's the same way. Like, if we need men to also help at home, and like, I think it's very important that we have inclusion on both sides, and like people contributing in their own unique way. Because I think sometimes that's getting lost in the whole diversity conversation, that it's a lot about, just like maybe checking some boxes and making sure that we have like the color diversity or like the gender diversity. But I think it's important to like think that it's more like the thought diversity more than anything else.
Exactly. And the creativity with different and unique minds, whether it's a different way of, cognitive thinking or what you bring to the table. All of your experiences have been so different than mine. And the creativity between men, women, people in gender, or people in general, and ages, right? You have so many different unique experiences, and that brings innovation, that brings creativity, that brings different ways of thinking. And that's how you succeed in whatever profession you're in.
Yeah. I think one of the topics to touch on in your story is like your grit and resilience that you got from your, college athletic career, and like playing all these different types of sports.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't have exposure to that, and also may not even have interest to that. So first, tell us a little bit about where you got to like transfer those skills over and bring that grit to your entrepreneurship, and then we can go into how people can develop it.
Perfect. So I started playing basketball. I think I shared this story with you where I received a Barbie for sorry.
Okay, no worries.
I received a Barbie for one of my, young birthdays, and I did not want the Barbie. I put it aside and I played with the basketball.
Yeah.
And through that, I was always playing basketball with boys because most of the boys around the neighborhood always played. So I learned that they were tougher, they were stronger by nature. And so I became tougher and stronger by nature. So some of my first memories are playing hoops with the boys outside.
Yeah.
And so that really translated into there's a level when you're in collegiate sports, and even after that, there's a level of training. You have to train your body, you have to train your mind. I remember in college, playing at Lake Forest College, I would shoot 3,000 shots a day. I would shoot 500 free throws a day. And that's that grit and resilience. So if you want to be really great at something, you have to, it's physical, it's mental. You have to take care of your body. There's an element of recovering, right? And that mental aptitude. And that has really brought me to being an entrepreneur, because it's not easy some days. And there's a lot of gambles, and you're betting on yourself. So if you don't have the grit, the grind, and the mental health and acuity to rock with it, it may not be for you.
Yeah. And then how do you develop that? How do you build grit later on in life? Because I think, again, based on your environment or opportunities, a lot of women don't get that opportunity to develop it. I know we have it in so many other ways. Like, we're very resilient, we run the household, we give birth, all that. But I think sometimes it's hard for women to like translate into like professional environments. So how can we start that in our professional life?
Yeah, I think it's a commitment to repetition, right? So going back to the basketball example of taking 3,000 shots per day or whatever it is, right? Having your to-do list and committing to doing one thing great per day. So there's so many things to do, whether it's business or life. And I think having that commitment to repetition and saying, I'm going to do this today, I will get this done, I will knock it off my list. And also believing in yourself, right? Because you are the CEO of your life.
Yeah.
And so it's up to you. So if you fail, you're the CEO. If you succeed, you're the CEO, right? And that crosses into business as well.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to wake up every day and say, I'm going to be healthy today. I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to accomplish 4 of my to-do tasks. And just commit to yourself.
Yeah. And keep those promises.
Right. Keep
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Most people like break them all the time.
Exactly.
Like, it's almost like if a friend did that to you, you would never trust them again.
Exactly.
Right?
But we do it to ourselves
all the time.
constantly.
Yeah.